Hello everybody, it's the Universal Critic. I talk about whatever I want, whenever I want, and today I'm going to review Quentin Tarantino's new film, Django Unchained. The D is silent. What's the movie about? Well, it's about a slave named Django, played by Jamie Foxx, and he teams up with this German bounty hunter, played by Christoph Waltz, and they travel cross country to rescue Django's wife, Broomhilda, played by Kerry Washington, from a vicious slave owner played by Leonardo DiCaprio. That's the gist of the movie. There's more to it than that, but I don't have time to explain it in this video. So how was the movie? I really liked it. It's 3 hours long, but it didn't feel long at all, for the most part. And what I really like about this film is, well, let me state this up very quickly. If you have a problem with people saying the N-word, you are going to hate this movie. Trust me, I originally thought about telling you guys to make a drinking game to take a shot every time someone says the N-word, but if you did that, you'd be dead by the time the movie was over. Seriously, this word is used more times in this movie than your average Spike Lee movie. And speaking of which, I should also address some of the other controversy about this movie, that it's racist. Both, I've heard people say it's anti-black and it's anti-white, especially from the former from Mr. Spike Lee, who hasn't even seen the movie yet. As to this movie's portrayal of slavery, it doesn't pull any punches. It is a very how do I even describe this? It is one of the most shocking exposés on slavery I've seen since Roots, and that was 30 years ago. Yeah, this movie pulls no punches. It doesn't romanticize this at all. I've heard people call this movie romanticize. This movie is brutal. I mean, seriously, it's one of the most violent movies I've seen all year, if not in a long time. Wow, this movie is violent. Maybe a little too violent, but for Tarantino, this is just his thing. Let him do whatever he wants. Basically, yeah, this movie does not glorify slavery in any way, and I've also people say it's anti-white. I mean, yes, how dare they show the people who perpetuate the darkest chapter in American history is in a negative light. I mean, what's wrong with these people, huh? Yeah, this movie is not anti-white either. It's not even a little bit. I mean, they spend Django and Jamie Foxx and Christoph Waltz spend the majority of the film killing white people, but not because they're just because they're white, but because they've done horrible things. And there's even this house slave played by Samuel L. Jackson, who is like DiCaprio's right-hand man, and he is a despicable character too. I mean, you really hate him. I mean, you have no sympathy for Sam Jackson's character at all, and you're not supposed to. You're supposed to hate the character. So yeah, this movie does portray both black people and white people can be capable of being just as horrible as the other. So yeah, this movie is not racist at all, but it is vicious. It's brutal. It's unrelenting. It never lets up. Especially towards the end of there are these two big shootouts, and good lord, I mean, good god, I'd hate to see the unrated version of this movie. I don't think I could live through that. But so yeah, Django Unchained's a really good movie, and a really interesting movie. It does not glorify slavery in any way, or in fact, it's just the opposite. Portray slavery as what it was. It was a horrible system that deserved to die. And the actors do a really good job. Jamie Foxx and Christoph Waltz do a very good job as the heroes, and the person who surprised me most was Leonardo DiCaprio. He did a very good job as the villain. I don't think he's ever played a villain before, or if he has, I just haven't seen it before. But yeah, I definitely think he deserves an Oscar nomination for this movie. I liked Kerry Washington as Django's wife, Broomhilda, but she wasn't given a whole lot to do. I thought she would have a bigger part than she did. But she did a good job with what she was given. And Samuel L. Jackson, I've already said, he does a great job playing this house slave named Steven, who's like this evil Uncle Tom character. And you really hate him throughout the entire course of the movie. But at the end of this movie, let's just say the bad guys in this movie get exactly what is coming to them. I won't say anything more, but let's just say the ending is beyond satisfying. So overall, Django Unchained is a violent, gratuitous, and somewhat offensive but not really epic by Quentin Tarantino, and I highly recommend it for fans of his and newcomers alike. You won't regret seeing this movie. I'm the Universal Critic. I can talk about whatever I want, whenever I want. Goodbye.
He rode a blazing saddle